Namaste friends, welcome to my channel CSC Acharyas. I am Narsimlu Madhuri. In this lecture, I am going to discuss about loops in Python. We have various loops in Python. So Python has different loops like we have for loop, we have while loop. So other control statements in Python also we have like break, continue and pass. So what do you mean by loop? In the loop, we use to execute the statement, same statement repeatedly. We'll go for loop. Coming to the while loop. While loops are indefinite or conditional loops. Now coming to this, here in this diagram it says that while condition is true, then we are writing the some sort of statement under this loop block. Body of the loop, we can write a set of statements in this. If the loop fails, then automatically it terminates a loop. It comes out of the loop here. They will keep iterating until certain conditions are met. There is no guarantee ahead of time regarding how many times the loop will iterate. Let me see with in this example, guessing the number. In case of games, we can guess the number which is going to be generated randomly here. So I am guessing this number. Correct number is 13. If other than 13, so if it is other than 13, so you are printing the message. Here 10 is less than 13, then printing the message that is number is too small. 15, the number is too large. If other than 13, so any number is entered by the user, it should print a message. Otherwise, it has to print the message here, congratulations. Let me see with and so on. Now, first of all, we have to guessing number is here. I'll say number is equal to 13 here. So while true, true, true. Then colon. Here the colon indicates it opens the indented block for writing a body of the loop. So this is the indented based programming. So now I should read the guessing value here. The value is equal to int input of the number which is going to be guessed. So enter the number I'm entering here. If enter number is less than, the value is less than the number, expected number, should print the message print number is too small to print it. If not, elif if this is greater than the value is greater than the number, it should print the message print number is too large. Printing the number is too large. If any one of the case, what you have to do, you should just break the loop. It comes out of the loop. Terminating the loop, automatically it comes out of the. After coming out of the loop, okay, you should print the message. That message is here. Print. Just I'm printing the message. Congrats. I'm just printing the message. I'm just printing the congratulations message. I'm printing it here. You can print just, I'll say only congrats here. Congrats. Just congrats. Let me run and see here. I am entering the number 35. It's too large. Just keep on asking. It's too large. I'm entering 10. Too small. I'm entering 13. Yeah, congratulations. So now in this we have to understand the while loop. First, while condition true, then so we should write a body of loop. This is the body of the loop. The colon indicates so indented block for writing the set of statement under the block, under the loop block. So the if also we have written here colon indicates that. In case of other programming languages like C, we'll write a curly brace that indicates that in that body we can write a block of code. So in that block only, this is indented base. That's why we should write a colon here. This is all about while loop. So now coming to the for loop. So in Python we have a for loop also. So the Python for loop is different from other programming language. It is different from other programming language. For loop is which repeats a group of statements a specified number of times. But in case of C programming, for loop will have the three statements: initialization, condition, and updation. Whereas in the Python, what we'll do, we'll directly use a method called a range method. For I is a local variable, in is a membership operator, in range is a function. So directly this will take maximum 3 parameters. Initially I am using just only 5 here. Let me see the printing it here. So every time it gets incremented by 1 by default, because the range function is automatically starting from the 0. Now when it comes to this, I'm just explaining it here for the sake of understanding. In Python we'll write a multi-line comments in triple double quotation or triple single quotation. Now this means range of 0 starts from 0, that means 0 less than 5. So it is true, then it is printing 0, then it automatically gets incremented by, it becomes 1 second iteration, then it is printing 1. It's keep on printing till where, so 4 less than 5, this is true, then it is printing 4. 5 less than 5, it is false, then false means terminate the loop here. Okay, that's why it is printing 0 to 4 only. Now you can pass the starting value. I'm giving the starting value is 1, ending value is 10. Every time gets incremented by 1. Now let me see, this is also, yeah, it's printing it, right? This is printing it. So if you want to increment by 2, then you can use 2 also. Now every time it gets incremented by 2 here. So you can give anything here. Incrementation, you can give the decrementation. If you want to decrement the 10 comma 1 comma minus 1, this time it decremented by 1, 10 till that. So you can give in 0, right? So if you want to print all the values in a single line, so in the print statement you can use the end property. So there's a function method print function property here. So after printing every number, if you want to give a space here in a single line, just you can use this end property, so which is a print function property. This is all about for loop. So we can also use for loop for other data structure like list also. Now I have a list of numbers. I'm just taking the values. It is array of elements. List is like that. For if we want to traverse in a list, we can use a for C in L1. So it's keep on iterating for print C, it's printing it. You can use it for loop. Loop is a iterative statement that we can use it for any data structure like list, tuple, dictionary. We can use it like, okay, this is the usage of for loop. So we have nested loops also in Python. So we'll go with the nested loop. What do you mean by nested loop? Nested loop is a loop within the loop is a nested loop. Nested loop in Python. So that is loop within the loop is a nested loop. Loop inside a loop is called nested loop. So it can be like it can be a while loop inside a for loop and vice versa. So it can be anything here. Let me go with an example. I'm just writing a pattern program. In this pattern program, first I'm printing 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. Now, in this pattern program, a number of rows are 5. I'm just taking number of rows are 5 here. So you should read 5 rows. First of all, number of rows, int input of number of rows. The number of rows are, we have to take it from the user for I in a range of, I'm starting from 1 only, plus 1, then for j in a range of 1, then so number of times based upon the outer loop value inner loop get executed here. So now first time when I is equal to 1, inner loop is executing only 1 time. When I is equal to 2, the inner loop is executing 2 times. That's why, so this loop get executed based on I value. So that's why just I'm using this for printing it, print I, then so just ending it here. Then after printing every value, I should print it in the next line here. That's why I'm using this print here. So this print is outside the inner loop. Let me check. Python is very simple programming. Now very easy also once you understood this. This is what. Let me explain this. I'll trace out this program. When I is equal to 1, so then what is happening here? So 1 less than 5, this is true. Enter coming to inner loop. In the inner loop, so inner loop is executing 1 less than, so I value is 1, then 2. So 1 less than 2, that is true, it's printing 1. The second iteration, when I is equal to 2, second iteration I is equal to 2, that is 2 less than 5, that is also true. Again goes to the inner loop here, inner loop. So then I is 2, then starts from 1 less than 3. This time it is printing 1 less than 3, 1 less than 3. So then it is printing 2, then incremented by 1, then 2 times it is printing. That's why 2, 2. Okay, so like that. So how many times the inner loop is executing? This inner loop is executing 2 times here. That's why 2 is printing twice. In the third iteration, I is equal to 3, the inner loop is executing 3 times, then it is printed 3. Like that. So we'll use nested loops for printing a pattern or any other programming language. Let me go with one more example on this pattern here. I want to print the pattern like this. I'm just printing it here. I want to print this pattern. Just printing here. C, 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 B, B, A. So now, so same thing, we have to take the number of rows equal to int of input of enter number of rows, then C is equal, I have to take the character here, so because I have to print the only characters in the pattern here. C1 is equal to, converting this into new ASCII value, we should use the function called here order function. This will convert character into ASCII value. So there's a C. Then I'm adding it to the rows here, because rows minus 1. So number based on the number, because I had to print it in the order. For I in range of rows plus 1 comma 1. So every time decrementing by 1, because I should start from the higher one, then decrementing it as I issue. For j in a range of I should print 1 comma, I'll say I. Print, while printing that number, I should convert into character, that is I value is integer, converting into character, this which is C1. Okay, so but every time I have to print it in the single line only. I'm just using end property. Then C1 is equal to C1 minus 1, printing it, print. Let me check this. Number of rows 5 here. Let me see the sorry, I should take this C1 here. Number of rows is 5. C1, just checking it here, 1. Okay, sorry. So this I had to give outside the inner loop. That's why I'm not getting it. I'm sorry. So this is the way. So we'll use the nested loops here. So if you want to do more exercises on this, so please subscribe my channel, share it to your friends. Thank you. Thank you very